Hey, Trek Moz and Paz. We are coming to you with like a little bit of training, some help to get you prepared for Trek. We want to talk first about what goes on in the mornings on Trek. So we're going to talk about kind of the general format for what we're calling Morningsides, a little bit different than what's going on in the evening and during the day. Really, the morning side, in general, the purpose is to prepare you for the day's activity, to kind of set the mood, set the tone. You're going to talk about a scripture or a story or something related to the theme for the day. You'll introduce it, and then we are going to talk about a format of how to kind of study it and get that done in the morning.
Every morning, save Wednesday, we'll have family time set aside specifically for what we're calling the Morningsides, or the family devotional time. We want that time, or we hope that time kind of sets the mood for the day. We want to leave the flexibility up to you, but we've got this format that I think is going to really help youth maximize their engagement, get them talking to you, to each other, and some of those things. So what these Morningsides are is every day we have a theme, and that'll set the tone for that theme. And so the format is...
So what we're going to do, you start with the circle up. So you get your family together, kind of circle up, introduce the theme, introduce the scripture, story, whatever you've got going on. And then from there, after you've introduced it, you let the kids go and give them some individual time. And this is a good time to focus on journals. This is a good time to focus on answering the questions that are going to be in your journals. And really think about that concept that you talked about, the story, the scripture, whatever it was, and put something down in your journal. You really want something concrete, so the journal is great. Everybody writes something down. From there, after about 10 minutes or so of individual time, 10 to 15 minutes, what you're going to do is come back together, and you're going to let the youth pair and share. So they can be in twos or threes, whatever they're most comfortable with. We're not going to be too oppressive as to what they should be doing and how they should organize themselves. But the idea is that every one of them will share with each other, and in that way kind of break down walls right away, so that they're more open to talking about things later on. Because after you pair and share for about 5 to 10 minutes, what we'll do is circle up again. So the whole family's together, and you want to encourage each youth to share with the entire family what they were thinking about. And encourage them to keep their journals open this whole time. So if more ideas come to mind, or a new idea comes to mind, they like what somebody said, they can write it down. The idea is not to just stick to their own impressions or revelations, that sort of thing, but to really be open to more coming in. And so the experience is truly sharing. And once you've done that, once you've circled up again and had a good discussion, that kind of ties it up. That's the format.
So the intent of this is not to tell you program every step along the way, but it's supposed to invite opportunities for youth to talk to each other and share with each other. That's one of the big struggles I think we always have, is getting the youth to engage in a conversation. So starting together as a family, circling up, setting the tone, some of the ideas. These are things that you decide that you want to share with whatever the message is that you feel like you need to share with your family. Then break out into some individual time with journals, maybe some scripture study, those kinds of things, and then come back together where they share with an individual or two individuals about what they've done, and then bring it all together, talk about, reiterate what it is that you've learned. This shouldn't take more than, I don't know, it should be about a half hour maybe, but if you need more time or less time, that's fine. We feel really confident that this you'll get youth to talk that don't normally talk this way, and you'll get insights from youth that'll really change your family's experience. Anything else?
Yeah, in that sense, getting youth to talk and possibly getting some adults to talk, really being able to break down walls and have conversations about spiritual things, we feel like it's going to generate some ownership for what happens throughout the day, and ownership in a spiritual sense. Everybody being more motivated to experience Trek the way that it's intended to be experienced, as a spiritual experience, as focusing on building faith and that sort of thing. So there's going to be some ownership, some engagement. We hope friendships will be built, all that kind of thing. Yeah.
So next we're gonna kind of break down how these Morningsides and the evening time with your family might look from day to day.